In this episode of Leading from the Classroom, 2018 South Carolina Teacher of the Year, Erin Fox, tells the story of how she found inspiration where she least expected it, at Space Camp, and how it inspired her to create the summer reading program she's always dreamed of. Here's Erin.
I walked into my Space Camp experience with a number of apprehensive expectations and trepidations. Some of the other state teachers of the year seemed super exhilarated and said that it was their dream come true. And honestly, I was just kind of lukewarm about the experience. I was excited about doing the physical challenges, and I was enthusiastic about growing more in my practice. But Space Camp seemed a little math and science focused, and as an English teacher, I just wasn't all that into it. It was not my lifelong dream come true. And I wasn't wrong. Well, I wasn't completely wrong. Space Camp is highly STEM focused, which I can roll with, even though that is not my specific content area. It is also extremely collaborative, something that, again, is not exactly my forte. I am a social butterfly, but I tend to work alone. So I was way outside of my comfort zone and living in the growth zone very uncomfortably. Rocket building day of Space Camp pushed me out of my growth zone and into the place I fear most, the failure and inadequacy zone. I could not properly build my rocket. I cried in frustration. Thank goodness that Iowa Teacher of the Year, chemistry teacher Eileen Sullivan, was sitting next to me in what she dubbed the hot mess corner, and she guided me step by step as I blinked back hot tears of embarrassment. My rocket was eventually completed, with literary quotes decorating its 6 fins. The day we launched them, everyone's rocket flew skyward beautifully, except mine. Mine lifted 4 feet, turned sharply to the right, flew straight into the ground, and caught on fire. I failed. I am a Space Camp failure. I did not build a robot or a flashlight after that, because I didn't want to fail again. On the final day of Space Camp, we filed into the auditorium for our last presenter, Mr. Homer Hickam, author of the book Rocket Boys. I had grown despondent because I felt so far removed from my element. So the very last thing I was expecting was to have a pivotal moment. And yet suddenly I did. One of the first statements Mr. Hickam made was that after his book was awarded Alabama Book of the Year, he had been honored to meet Harper Lee. Harper Lee! She is my literary hero! And as he described his interaction with her, my tears streamed down my face. And later, as he read aloud from his book, I found my eyes constantly brimming and my heart soaring with a thundering pace. His words, his inspiration, his poetry, his text, all of it gave me direction in a puzzle I had been confused by for many months. You see, for years, I have wanted my school to have a summer reading program to promote continued growth in literacy, but I didn't know how to make it happen. I had been introduced to a school-wide summer reading program some months before, but I hadn't taken any steps toward its fruition. But in the moments following Mr. Hickam's presentation, I knew my heart's desire for my school, my colleagues, and my community. I knew that I wanted to use Rocket Boys to launch, yes, pun totally intended, a school-wide summer reading program that truly encouraged growth, not just for my school, but for my community. I sat on the floor of that auditorium then and there, and I penned an email on my phone to my administrators from my school and district, laying out my ideas and making a plea for the opportunity to just try it out. And our district is making it happen. I am so thrilled with the positive outcomes that it stands to have and has already had. So many people are overjoyed at the thought of using this text. Teachers from many content areas are brainstorming STEM projects and text connections. Our administrators are working on funding options. We are determined to make this happen. It is something beautiful and purposeful and wonderful for so many people coming out of this experience. This Space Camp experience that I thought was going to be too steeped in math and science. This experience that made me feel frustration and failure. the experience that I didn't think would be a dream come true. It turns out that experience gave me a new way to focus my work and my intentions, not just for me, but for my students and all of the possibilities in their lives. And to me, that is truly my dream come true.
Leading from the Classroom is brought to you by NWEA in partnership with CCSSO. You can hear more stories from the 2018 Teachers of the Year on our podcast page, teacherpodcasts.org.